Hey there, movie kings and queens. This is your news reel for the week of June 7th through the 13th. Big news for Spider-Man and Miles Morales fans. This past week, word came out that the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has begun production. The movie is currently set to release on October 7th, 2022, but was originally scheduled to release in April of that year. But you won't have to wait that long to get your Spidey fix. With Sony's PlayStation 5 announcement, came word that this holiday season will see the release of the game Spider-Man Miles Morales. There seem to be conflicting reports, but from what I can tell, this is not an expansion or a sequel to 2018's PS4 Spider-Man game. Instead, this is a standalone game putting Earth 1610 Spider-Man front and center. HBO Max has just launched, and one of its appeals is the abundance of DC titles available to watch. However, you better watch quick. Titles like Justice League, Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman, and Suicide Squad, as well as 1989's Batman and its sequels, are all currently listed to leave the service as of July 1st. That will leave Aquaman and Joker as the only heavy-hitting live-action DC flicks. It's likely a licensing issue, and I'm sure these movies will return to the service, but should HBO have delayed the launch until they had all their titles securely back in-house? Does this feel like a bait and switch? What do you think? If you weren't grandfathered into HBO Max, is it even worth getting before the Snyder Cut hits in 2021? There have been some changes to the rules of the Academy Awards. In an effort to increase representation, the Motion Picture Academy is implementing new inclusion standards for Oscars eligibility. These efforts are geared towards further increasing representation in not only the films that are nominated for Oscars, but also in the organization's governance, membership, and workplace culture. Along with the Producers Guild of America, the Academy will assemble a team of industry leaders to develop new representation and inclusion standards for Oscars eligibility. This should happen by the end of July of this year. This next step won't actually take effect, though, until the 2022 Oscars. The Best Picture category will be permanently set at 10 nominees. The hope is to give a more diverse group of films a chance of winning that gold statue. Warner Brothers continues to shuffle their deck as more release delays have been announced. Matrix 4 has been pushed out nearly a year to 2022. Wonder Woman 1984 has moved 2 months out from August to October 2020. Tenet has been delayed 2 weeks to July 31st of this year. On Tenet's original release date, though, of July 17th, theaters will screen Nolan's Inception to commemorate its 10th anniversary. And from Warner's Legendary Pictures, the monster mashup of Godzilla vs. Kong has moved again, this time from November of this year to May 21st of 2021, which was the date that Matrix 4 previously held. Some may remember that Godzilla vs. Kong was originally actually scheduled to be released in March of this year. So what you watching? This is actually a pretty big week for new releases. Netflix released the new Spike Lee joint, Da 5 Bloods. Judd Apatow's latest movie, The King of Staten Island, which features Pete Davidson, dropped on most on-demand platforms. And lastly, Disney released Artemis Fowl on their Disney Plus platform, skipping a theatrical release altogether. We'll be talking about all three of these movies on the Real Gay Movie Show podcast, starting with Da 5 Bloods this coming Wednesday. We hope everyone is staying safe and feeling healthy. So that's it for this week. Have a real gay day.